There we go. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. Welcome back to TOPS. In today's video, as you can see, as per the display, we have a tutorial of our previous class where we drafted the code. This code, we are using a software which is Clo3D, and it is an excellent software for every designer. And if you're outside there and you're like, you also want to be like the CEO of Top Stitch Tailoring Studio, please, this draft of a suit, we are actually going to sew it here. Yes. Okay. And if you are a fashion designer, you're outside, you've been asking TOPS, please, we want the sewing part of this video, please. After drafting these patterns, we are actually going to look into the sewing of this. If you have our measurements, which is, let me ask my student, the measurements of, if you have the measurements, the chests, full length of your coat is 29 inches. Then the shoulder to shoulder measurements 17, chest 38, and the belly 35, your hips 43, the neck, though we shall calculate the neck, but it is necessary 15.5. Then across back, we always calculate it, and across the front we also calculate it. Then now we are looking at the sleeve. So the sleeve length for this coat is going to be 26 inches. So in case if you have missed this class, please, I have several videos explaining the same. Just go to my channel, scroll over and look for all the videos. So ladies and gentlemen, without wasting time, let us get started with the sleeve drafting section. As usual, we are going to go to our tools and we pick the fabric. So this one is already our back side and the front panel, isn't it? So now we have to get, thank you so much, my light is off. So that means we have peace. So as usual, we are picking a pattern paper. So when you have the software or you're using a software like me, you come to the tools here. Then from the tools, let us pick the rectangle. So this rectangle, we are going to make it any height of our own, because it is now a pattern paper where we're going to draft, to do every drafting. So this is our pattern paper now. We have got it. So the next step for us to do is to first of all determine the first two lines. And I know everyone who has been following my YouTube channel, you are very familiar with what I mean, the with what the first two lines. So the first two lines that I mean here, the first one is one vertical line. So you draw one vertical line on one side of your pattern paper. So for this case, we are going to get it from this side, isn't it? So this is our vertical line. Let me make it straight. So I make it the length, let me make it 30. I have no problem with that. So that is the length of our, that's the length of our sleeve. We have actually got the length of our sleeve. So after that, we also get one horizontal line on top of your pattern paper, which is this line. So I make it, let me make it, even if I make it 20 inches long, that's no problem. Of course, we are going to do some calculations. So these two lines that we have got, one is the guide, then the other one is the other one is the what? The other one is the other vertical line is just a line to guide us. Are we together? Yeah. So after getting this, do you know what we're going to do? Let us get the midpoint of these people. The midpoint of this. But before we get the midpoint, let us draft the student. Excuse me, let me do the arrangement. As long as we have finished to get this, let us do the arrangement. We shift it in the middle because I want you to see the climax of everything that we are going to do. So if you're feeling sleepy, please say sleep, go away, leave me alone, I learn. So now let us go ahead and label this. This is our sleeve head guide. This line is sleeve head guide. Then this one is our vertical line, which is going to be just the guide vertical line. This one is our vertical line. Don't mind about the spelling, we shall correct it later. Vertical line. So those are the must two lines for you to get started with the sleeves. Then the next step we are going to determine other 6 horizontal lines. Already we have 1, but now we are going to determine more 6 horizontal lines to make 7 with this one. So the first horizontal line that we are going to add is now, I love always labeling this. So this one we are going to label it point A. Are you very familiar with that? So this is our point A. So from starting point A, we are going to mark downwards sleeve length plus 0.5 inches, which is length. What length is 0.5 inches. Length is, you follow your notes. So that we don't leave you behind. And if you're not having the notes, please don't worry. I have several videos on how to draft a sleeve. You can go along and check on them on my YouTube channel, and you also get started. So now, that is A to B. We have got our full length, which is, what is the full length of our coat there? Because they are the ones that we are using. 26, which means we are marking downwards 26 inches plus 0.5 inches, giving us 26.5. Do you know the importance of 0.5? 0.5 inch that we are adding is the seam allowance. Seam what? Seam, I mean, is allowance 0.5. Then on top of 0.5 inches, we are going to also add 0.5 inches seam what? Seam allowance. So giving us a total of what? 27. So here we are marking 27 from starting point A to B. So this A to B is our 27, and we label this point point B. So that is it. And we also go ahead and square a straight line like this. We square that straight line. We don't mind over it is what. So that one is just a matter of squaring. So these are our 2 lines, which is A to B, which is your sleeve length plus 0.5, which is length is, plus 0.5 is, sewing allowance, giving you a total of 27 inches. Then now, after that, we are going to determine A to C. A to C, which is the cap height. So the cap height, we are going to get your chest measurement. What is our chest measurements there? We get a calculator. It is, let us get the calculator so that we use it. Calculator. This is the calculator. It is, what is the chest measurement? No, it should be 38. I want us to use the one that we used. Now why are you saying 39? Where is your notes? I want the notes that I gave you. No, they are not the ones. So, ladies and gentlemen, my student has misplaced her measurements. 38, yes. Now, why are you saying 39? That one, it was an error. Good morning. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Errors are there, but it should be 38. So our chest measurement is 38. So we are getting cup height. I repeat, cup height. We are getting 38 divide by 16. That's the chest measurement, which is 38 divided by 16, giving us 2.375. So that means from A, we are marking cup height. From A to C, we are marking downwards cup height. 2.375. Is that what we have there? 2. You also mark the answers. 2.375. So we click here, then this is our point C. We label this point C. And we also square this line like this. My people, if I'm very speedy, you tell me. I can cool the speed somehow. So we also square this line, that format, and I print like this. So if you are very interested in learning how to use this software, my student also, you will have to. Okay? I have a problem with this phone of mine, so it doesn't like me to do what I am doing. Anyway, we continue. We continue from here. So we have got our point what? C, which is the cup height. So we label it also as cup, sleeve cup height. Sleeve cup height. So sleeve cup height. So the next point, or the next horizontal line for us to get, is the bicep height line. Okay, so to get the bicep height line, that is from A to B, from A to D, we're going to get your chest measurement divided by 16. Our chest measurement is still constant, which is 38. When we divide it by 16, when we divide it by 6, giving us 6.3. So that means I come to A, I mark downwards 6 point what? You're not writing 6.3. You'll be writing 6.3. So that is where our cup height is, and we label, our bicep height is, and we label this point what? Point D. And also, as usual, we square this line like this. So we give it also 20. Don't mind about the length of that. It is not a must that it must be 20. Our measurements, we shall scoop our measurements away from it. So far we have how many lines that we have got? 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. So that means out of the 7 lines we are missing, we are less by 3 lines. So the next line that we are going to determine is across height. So across height, we are going to get from D to E. D to E. That means we are going to get D to E chest measurement divided by what? Divided by 24, which is 38. 38, that's the chest, divided by 24, giving us 1.58. Yeah, you can ignore the 8 and go with 1.5. But since we are using the software, we're going to go with 1.58. So I come to my pattern. I get my internal line polygon tool. I go up. That means this time round we are marking upwards. 1.58 inches. Then I click enter. I label this point as point what? This is point E. As usual, we do what? We square this point. We square a straight line like this. We square a straight line like that. So they are across, and we label this across what? Across the across this one is across height. Across height line. Then this one is our bicep height. We forgot to label it. My student, please be reminding me. Bicep height line, that one. Then now the next line that we are going to determine is the elbow. So to get the elbow line, we are going to get D to B. Are we together? We are going to get the distance from D to B divided by 2. So let us see what is the distance between D up to B, which is 20. 20, is this 20? Let us see what is the distance. Escape. Let us put it on aside here. So we square it independently. It's 20. So we have 20 what? 20 inches. So when we get 20 inches, we divide it by 2. 20 divided by 2 giving us 10. That means we are going to mark from that point downwards 10 what? 10 inches, which is this point. You get it? Which is that point. But now this point is just a guide for us to get the elbow line. So that means from this point we are going to go upwards 1.5. So that means we are going to come here at this chest, at this divided by 2, we go upwards 1.5 inches, and now this one is our point what? Point F. This is point F, and also we square what? A straight line. Don't forget to square straight lines, because those are the horizontal lines that we are looking for our project. So here also I'll just put the length as 20 is enough. Then also we label this as our elbow height. So those are how many lines we have so far determined. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The last line that we are going to determine is the hem allowance line, which is point G. So from B to G, we are just going to give hem allowance of 1.5. So that means I'm marking downwards from B downwards 1.5 inches like that, and we label this point G. That's our point G. Are we learning something, or we are not learning? We are learning. That's great. So we square also this straight line as we square this like the way we did to the rest, and we label this as hem allowance. So with the time you will need to master how to abbreviate these words. How to abbreviate these lines. So then this one is our what was this? This was our sleeve length. This line B, which is our sleeve sleeve lengths. So my beautiful people, we are done with the identifying the 7 working lines for our sleeve. Now, after getting this, what is next? The next thing is, let us first revise this in case if you missed to know the names, and you have to understand them. So we have the sleeve head guide, which is the line A. Line C is our sleeve cap height. Line E is across height. Then line D is the bicep height. Then line F is the elbow height line. Then line B is our sleeve length, of course, as it is 26 inches. Then we added 0.5 inches seam allowance. Again, also we added 0.5 as is allowance, giving us now a total of 27 inches. Then also we added allowance of what? 1.5, which is line G. Now we are going to step 2. Step 2 is shaping our grain line from the elbow line. Shaping our grain line from the elbow line, which is this one. So now we are going to get the shape of the sleeve. Are we moving or we are sleeping? Ladies and gentlemen, the student is here, is sleeping, but nevertheless, let us enjoy the class. And if I'm very fast, please let me know so that you also understand. I don't want to leave anyone behind. This class is very important to all of us. And remember, this is the sewing. This is the tutorial we are going to use to do the sewing. The software that we have right now is multi-purpose. We have the studio or the drafting part, as well as the showroom. This is the showroom where we are going to do the drafting from. The sewing from. As you can see already, our patterns for the draft, which is around here, are already extracted from here. So just watch this video and watch this series up to the end so that you also come up with the idea. The concept is you getting the idea. That people say it is hard, it is never hard, not until you understand and practice and you declare that it is not hard. At Top Stitch Tailoring Studio, we always bring you a step-by-step things that are easy to understand. So let us go back to our sleeve drafting. I know the sleep is now getting over. If the sleep is still there, please, I have warm water here. Get a cup and take water. Water is life as long as you don't stay near the river. That's the principle, but water is life. Now let us go back to our drafting side. So these are 7 horizontal lines. Now we are going to shape our sleeve from the what? From the elbow. So from the elbow line here, the first step that you do is you mark inwards 0.75. 0.75. That is it. You give the system its time to synchronize. Oh, let me be saving, because anything can happen and we end up losing everything. So we are saving it. We have to be saving this. So, and now here we are labeled that point H. We have already created what? Point H. Let us label it. This is now our point H. Then after getting that point H, the next step that we are going to do is we are going to connect point H to D. Are we together? We are going to connect point H, which is this point, to D. Then after, we connect B to G. We are connecting H to D, B, G. So that means we are going to connect it from here like this. We begin from D, we pass via H, then we continue up to up to this one. You're getting it? Up to B. All the way to G. So that's our connection. I hope you're seeing the bend or the shape that we have created. You've seen? Yes. So after creating that shape, the next thing that we're going to do is to work on the hemline. Work on the hemline, okay? Or that's the cuff or the cuff opening, which is this sleeve length. Okay? We forgot to name it, but it has very many names. You can call it cuff or wrist or anything, as long as you know where the position is, which is line B. So working on it, we are going to mark from B inwards. Chest measurement divided by 6. What is our chest measurement? Our chest measurement is 38. When we divide it by 6, giving us 6.3. Now you come to your hem allowance or coat full length here. But from this point, you mark inwards 6.3, and you get the point for our sleeve. For our sleeve, which is this one. Then we label it point what? Point I. Point I. That's point I. Good morning, ladies, and good afternoon, everyone from wherever you're watching from. If you have not subscribed, please subscribe so that you don't miss our lives every after. Yeah. So once we have finished to create that point H, the next thing is we go ahead and slant the sleeve. Of course, you know the sleeve or our sleeve, the sleeves are not straight. So we are going to go at point B. Where is the other notes? Let me see yours. Let me come to yours. Hemline slant, yes. We're going to slant it. Okay. Yeah. We're going to slant it in this format. We are going to slant it in this format. From B, we are marking upwards 0.5. 0.5. 0.5, which is from B we are marking upwards. From here we are marking upwards 0.5, which is that point. We can temporarily mark it as 0.1, isn't it? Let us mark it temporarily 0.1. Are you also marking so that tomorrow you're not getting a challenge? Okay, we shall print this one. So we label this 0.1. 0.1. Then from I we are marking downwards 0.5 altogether. From I we are marking downwards 0.5. Those are the slants that we are doing to our sleeve. We temporarily also mark it as 0.2. Let this be our 0.2 so that we don't get lost. So let us zoom and you see what we are doing. So this is our point I, which is 0.5, and we have slanted it down by 0.5, which is 0.2. So this is our 0.2, which is this. Then this one is for this. this point I, which is hiding here, you know, I always doesn't want to move. I don't know why. And let me just see, recreate it. So this is point I. So finally it has agreed to move with me. You know, always it misbehaves. But why don't I delete it and then I make another one? So let me just label it this side as point I. Then I remove it from below because it is confusing us. I'm removing it from there. So this is from I, we have marked downwards 0.5 inches. Then now we are going to redraw our hem allowance in a shaped format like this. So we are going to connect point 1 to I. You get it? So that is like that. So that's how we have done one. We have redrawn it. So the next thing that we're now going to go is step 3. So step 3, we are going to get the bicep. So to get the bicep at line D, from line D here, from line D, we're going to mark inwards chest measurement, divide by 4. What is the calculator? I removed it. Calculator. So the calculator is our chest measurement is 38. We have 9. 38 divided by 4, giving us 9.5. So we mark 9.5 like this. Then this point is what? We label it point J. Am I with you? Or I've left you somewhere? So this point, we label it point J. Then after that, we are now going to connect point I mean, we are going to connect point J, I towards C. So that means point I to in this format. We are starting from point 2, then we continue, we pass via I up to J, you see, all the way to C. Am I with you or we are not there? All the way to C, like this. All the way to C. In that format. We have started to do and to create our sleeve. So after we have drawn, we have got that line, then we are going to step 4. Step 4 is working on the bicep line from D. That means getting the small sleeve. So from D, we are going to mark inwards 0.75 inches for the smaller sleeve. So here we are going to mark from D, we are marking inwards 0.75. And here we label this point as point. It is not marked. We label it as point 3. You mark the numbers that we have used. We mark this point 3. Then also from D still, we are marking outwards 0.75. You get it? we are marking 0.75. That means inside we are marking 0.75, outwards we are marking still 0.75. And here we label this point as 0.4. This is 0.4. So this is from D, this which is this point. Yeah? From D, which is this point, we have marked outwards 0.75. So which is for the bigger sleeve. Then from D, we have marked inwards 0.75, which is going to be our small sleeve. You're going to see how we make 1 in 2. It must be 1 in 2. Then we scoop out the small sleeve from it. You're not going to get lost. You're going to understand. So once we are done with this, the next thing that we are going to do is just to do what? To go to the elbow line. We come to the elbow line here. At the elbow line point here, we are also doing the same. So that means we are going to mark inwards 0.75, and we label this our 0.5. Then also from H still, which is the elbow point, we are marking outwards 0. It takes us back to point F. You get it? So that means to point F. Now 0.75, which is takes us to point F. So we are going just to edit point F as stroke stroke 6. So that is 0.6. Then the last thing that we are going to do is to create the sleeve front shaping. You get it? No, to slant. To slant from K. Where do we have K? I beg my pardon. No, I'm not going to follow this. Let us continue with this one. So after that, we are now going to connect 0.4 F stroke 6, which means 0.4. Then we connect it to point F stroke 6. Then from here also, we are supposed to go out by 0.75. So before we do it, let us slant it. We take it also outwards. .75, and we label this point K. Let us label this point as point K. Then now we are going to square. We are going to draw a line from 4 F stroke 6 all the way to K. 4 F stroke K, F stroke 6 all the way to K via like that. Are we seeing it? Things are coming or things are not coming? Things are okay. Sleep is disturbing. So can we pause here and you do the revision? We continue from here tomorrow. We finish the sleeve. Okay. So we have agreed we are going to finish what? We are going to finish the sleeve. So ladies and gentlemen, if in case if you are interested, I recommend you go and watch this video, a full video on my YouTube channel. These are just basics. So for today, you will join me in the joining part. I don't want this live to be long. So thank you so much for tuning in. Bye bye.